Pouvez-vous me donner une description de votre personnage et
Hawaii
de son rôle dans
Five-O is a
l'histoire?
story about a guy named Steve McGarrett, who is a Navy SEAL, whose father is killed, is murdered while he's on the phone to him. He goes back to Hawaii to bury his father and to avenge his father's death. And when he's there, he's approached by the governor of Hawaii and given the opportunity to have full immunity and means and run his own private task force to go after big fish on a little island. And in the meantime, he realizes that he can also use his power to do what he wants to do and to get to the bottom of his father's murder. This opens up this journey that he and these three other characters go on in this task force, and they, lots of crime, lots of action, but a lot of the characters drive the whole thing, and the character arcs. It really is a character-driven action show, and the first season is 24 really exciting episodes, and it starts with the pilot directed by Len Wiseman, produced by Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi, and written by Peter Lenkov, and it skyrockets and sort of stays there for the whole season.
Il y a beaucoup d'humour dans la série. Vous pensez que c'est important?
I don't think it's funny at all. I'm kidding. Humor, see? Yeah, there is a lot of humor in it. A lot of it is driven by Scott Kahn's character, Dano. He is the sort of wisecracking, loose-lip cop from the East Coast, and he plays it perfectly, and it's, we have, Scott and I, Steve McGarrett and Dano, start their cargument scenes, which is where a lot of the back and forth happens, are in the scenes in the car. In the pilot, we realized that this is where we're going to get a lot of the glue to stick all the other scenes together, because essentially it's a buddy cop show too. There's a real buddy cop feel to it, and I think the humor is important. I think we live in America. You don't. You guys live in Europe. You're very lucky, because in America, irony is lost everywhere. Europeans understand irony a lot more frequently. But, life is kind of, there's a lot of serious stuff that we're doing in this show, a lot of crime solving and a lot of bad people in it, and you've got to have humor around the edges to lighten it up, otherwise it's too much, it's too intense, it's too, So, and I enjoy being part of that too.
Est-ce que c'est important de tourner ici même à Hawaï?
It's really important to shoot here in Hawaii, because Hawaii is the fifth character on the team, or the first maybe. She plays one of the characters in the show, a huge character in the show, and this is a living, breathing island that we live on. That's continuing to evolve. 40 million years ago there was nothing here, and there was a crack in the seabed and a little eruption, and that was the birth of this chain of islands. And there's something very powerful and very special about this part of the planet, and we're telling human stories, on these rocks, and yeah, it's Hawaii Five-O. It has to be in Hawaii.
Étiez-vous déjà venu à Hawaï avant?
No, I didn't. I came here for the first time during the pilot, and it was a huge amount of information to take in, and I was staying at a big hotel full of tourists and kind of loud people wearing bad shirts. And it was difficult because I didn't get to see the real Hawaii, and I shot the pilot, and it was all about, and it was kind of, I don't know, it was a surreal experience, and then I left and went back to Los Angeles. And so when I finally moved here to start doing the show itself, I knew what Hawaii looked like, but I didn't have a feel for it, so I was a little apprehensive. I was a little nervous. I didn't know anyone here, but now, I own a house here. I have a dog. I love it. It's my home.
Donc aujourd'hui, vous aimez cette île?
I love the island now. I love Hawaii and its islands. I love Hawaii and its people. I love the culture, and I'm trying to learn more and more about it, as the days go on, and it's just I want to become more involved in the community. I want to become involved in as much as I can, because I don't know, I just feel not only have I made a home here, but I've been welcomed here by everyone. It's like not just the people here, but the island itself has sort of opened its arms and welcomed me with a big hug, and that happens every day. You know, every day I wake up and go to work, people wave to me, people say hello, and it's funny, you know, like I don't really feel like I've ever been a part of a community as much as I'm a part of the community here, even though I'm a new part. I've only been here for just over a year. I feel like this will always be, I will always have a home here, and I will always have a base here, and you know, my family will always have a home here as well, and that's why I've bought a house here, and that's why I'm investing, not just financially but emotionally, you know, in Hawaii.